Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to film this video. We are going to be talking about money. I love money and I am obsessed with the idea of using your money to work for you, or in other words, using your money to make even more money. I know it's really unconventional to hear someone say that they love money. I feel like money is still such a taboo topic. It's not something that we really talk about, and definitely not something we learn about, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we need money. We need money to get our basic necessities, to get around, to survive, to live, to enjoy life. We need money. And I feel like making money to be this bad, terrible thing, it only brings in bad energy, a negative mindset. And if it's something we basically need to survive, I think we should start changing the way we think about it. I don't think we should think of money as something that's so horrible, so bad. I do want to say that I am not a registered financial advisor, nor am I affiliated with one. This is just my personal advice, my personal experience. It's purely for entertainment purposes. You can do with this information as you like. But of course, at the end of the day, if you feel like you would like to speak to someone more professional or find more knowledge, you can always do your research and seek the advice of a registered financial advisor. There are people who go to school to learn about things like this. I haven't done that, so if you'd like to seek the advice of a professional, please do. The first thing I want to talk about is the idea of making your money work for you and why that is so important. I was first introduced to this idea when I read this book. Maybe you've heard of this book, maybe not. It's really, really popular and really a must read. It's just amazing. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is it. I would make everyone read this book. This book, like I said, wow. So what this book basically teaches you is what I mentioned before, using your money and making it work for you, using your money and getting more money from that money. We've thought of money as something we can get if we exchange our time. So I have to be working right this minute, doing something right this minute in exchange for money. But what it means when you use your money to make more money, it's not that idea. It's more so investing, buying properties, doing all that kind of stuff and making money from that. I'm not an expert on this topic, let me just put it out there, but I have definitely learned a thing or two. That's why I am very excited to share my knowledge with you guys. So the platforms we will be talking about today are specifically for South Africans, which is so nice because I feel like there are not a lot of platforms out there that are catered specifically to us, that let us have a chance at looking at investing, at buying cryptocurrencies, all that kind of stuff. So these are the ones that I've used. I have not used any others and I love them so far. I really love them. If you know of other apps, I would love to hear. So please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, let's get started. The first app that we are going to speak about is Equities. Equities is an investment platform for South Africans, and I really like it because number one, you need no minimum amount of money to start investing with Equities, nor do you have any platform fees. This is really great because you don't need a minimum amount of money to start investing. You can start with whatever you'd like. With Equities, I have invested in shares in companies. One is Bidvest, the other one is Investec. Bidvest has been doing really well, Investec not so much. And then the last thing that I invested in is the EZ10 token. Now the EZ10 token is a crypto bundle offered by Equities. It has the top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted by market cap. So it's basically the 10 best cryptocurrencies all in one. On Equities, you have the option to invest in shares, EFTs, crypto, property, and more, but I have only bought shares and invested in crypto. Property is definitely something that I'd like to try, but I haven't just yet. So something that I've learned with Equities is that it's very important to do your research to know what's going on. The reason I say so is in December of 2021, I decided to buy more of the EZ10 token, the cryptocurrency. So I had bought 1,000 rands worth a few months prior to that, and I had been watching and been looking and watching how my 1,000 Rand was growing. Now what I did was I had seen it grow and grow and grow, and when it was at the top, I didn't know it then, but it was the highest it would be for until now basically. I had no idea. I bought another 15,000 Rand, so I had bought 16,000 Rand in total. And like I said, I had no idea, but that was the highest it would be because it has gone down quite substantially since then. Over the last year, it has been growing, it has been increasing in its value, but it was decreasing. So what I did was a few months after that, I had panicked because I saw my money decreasing. I was like, oh my word, what am I going to do? And I had sold 2,000 Rands worth, and that was a big mistake because at that point the value of what I had bought had dropped to 50%. So my 2,000 Rand was technically 4,000, so it had dropped in 4,000 Rands worth of value, but I had only gotten 2,000 Rands back. So I have lost 2,000 Rands from that. I left my money since then. I haven't done anything with it. I'm just hoping that maybe in a year or two, the value will increase, maybe even be more than when I invested in December of 2021. But I am definitely in a loss. There was a time when it was worth 5,000 Rand. So my 12,000 Rand that was left of what I had bought was worth 5,000. And then it was 6. I think maybe now it's 7,000, but it's not the best thing to see. I definitely could have made a lot more if I had waited a few months to invest. And that is the reason I'm sharing that story with you, because I think the fact that I am at a loss right now, such a substantial loss by the way, it's so powerful because if you imagine me waiting a few months and then buying that extra 15,000, it would have gone up by quite a substantial amount. Even if I had bought a year ago, in the past year it has grown so much. So imagine my 16,000 growing by this much. It would have made quite a good amount of money. So I think it just goes to show that you should do your research and just be aware of what you're doing, and that things can go wrong. And sometimes buying and leaving your money there for a few years is the best option, because I think for me, just leaving my money there and waiting for things to get better will be the better option in the long run. I really like Easy Equities because it's in its name. It's really easy to use. It makes understanding the buying and selling of shares really simple. I think if you are a beginner, this is a great app to use because there's no hectic technicalities. It's not so difficult to understand. The user interface as well is very simple, nothing crazy. Aside from it being easy, they have many options as to what you can invest in. Like I said, I've only invested in 3 things. I've bought shares in 2 companies and then bought parts of cryptocurrency bundles. And what you should note is that there are many other things. I've seen Sassel and okay, it's left my head, but I know I have seen more. There's many more. I'm still very curious to try out properties, but I will do that soon. The next thing that is a perk of using Easy Equities is obviously from buying shares in companies, you will receive dividends. So not only have you invested your money and it's making money for you, but you also get dividends paid out on top of that. So that is really powerful as well, because it's just another way that you're getting money from the app. I just quickly wanted to explain how the shares work just before I move on to the next app. So let's say a share in Bidvest, for example, one share costs 140 Rand. If you only have 70 Rand to invest with, you can do that, because even though one share costs that amount, that does not have to be your minimum amount that you need. So if you buy shares in Bidvest for 70 Rand, you will just get 0.5 shares, you'll get half a share. So that's how it works, just so that you know, because in the beginning I thought the cost of a share in a company is your minimum amount. I didn't know that you could do that. So if you knew, great for you, but if you didn't, now you know. The next app that I'm going to talk about is Frank. Frank is a very close contender to Easy Equities on my favorites list because it has so many perks. Frank is an investment app which allows you to invest in a stock file without paperwork or minimums. So just like Easy Equities, you don't need a minimum amount to invest in something, which is again so powerful, so great. It just makes it better for anyone to invest. They do, however, charge an annual fee of 1% of your investment, which, depending on what you invest, usually doesn't work out to be a lot of money. So considering the fact that that's what you pay as a fee for a year, it's really nothing. Not bad at all. You can invest in the Satrix Top 40 and the Allan Gray Money Markets. The Satrix Top 40 tracks the top 40 biggest companies on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And as you can imagine, with that comes a lot of potential volatility. So you can invest your money, and it depends completely on how the performance of these top 40 companies is going. If it's going bad, there's your money. If it's going well, there's your money. It greatly depends on that. And usually when it comes to things like investing or trading, where there is higher risk, there is usually higher reward. So it can be a really great thing to invest in the Satrix Top 40, because depending on the companies doing super well, if they do, your money will grow and increase quite substantially. For the Allan Gray Money Market, it's a lot safer, and because there's less risk, the reward is lower. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It usually just means that it's safer. So even though your money might take a longer time to grow or increase as much as it might with the Satrix Top 40, it's still, I think, more guaranteed that it'll be safe, that you won't have as much as a potential loss or decrease in your money's worth. Frank is really, really nice because it is very easy to use. The interface is very easy to understand, and they have lots of challenges and stuff like that. So when you invest your money with Frank, you invest it into something that they call a goal, and you get to decide how you invest your money, which is very powerful in giving you that choice. What I mean by that is you can choose if you invest 100% of your money into the Satrix Top 40 or the Allan Gray Money Market. Or you could choose to do it 50-50, 40-60, 10-90, it depends on you. So that is really, really great that they give you that choice. And then with these goals, they usually have weekly challenges which they notify you about on the app. And they say, for example, if you invest another 200 Rand into your goal, you get a entry into a draw for another 500 Rand. So that's really fun because they are encouraging you to save more money. They're helping you, but then they're also giving you the opportunity to win money. So I love that. It's so nice. They have really different creative ones every now and then, and it's really, really nice. I remember they also did something in January where they said if you shared this app with a maximum of 4 people, you'll get 50 Rand for each person who gets the Frank app and opens an account. This is really nice because that's an easy 200 Rand that you get and that you can invest right there into your account. So Frank is really great for community reasons, for educational reasons, because they have great emails that they send you and the fun stuff. So Frank, that's why I say, is a close contender to Easy Equities, but it's a great app. Even though you can only invest in 2 things, the Satrix Top 40 or the Allan Gray Money Markets, I would say their perks and the fun, the community that they make you feel a part of is a big thumbs up from me. The third app that I use, that I suggest for South Africans to use, is the app called Luno. You have probably seen some kind of advertisement for this somewhere because I have seen a lot. Luno is a crypto investment app where you can buy and sell crypto assets to generate a profit. You're able to buy a coin, multiple coins, or invest in a bundle. So just like with Easy Equities, where I invested money in a cryptocurrency bundle, you can also purchase a bundle on the Luno app. Luno is not my favorite. It's number 3 on this list for a reason, and I don't have any particular reason why. I think it's just very straightforward, which is not a bad thing, but it's not the most fun, it's not the most interesting, and personally I think I may not have used some of the app's feature in order to get the best of the app. So I think that's partially my fault that I don't like Luno that much, but it's a great easy app to use, that's why it's here. The perks of using this app is that it makes crypto investing as straightforward and easy as possible, and it gives South Africans access to the crypto world. You've probably heard of different kinds of apps that were made for Americans, made for them to have a chance at buying and selling cryptocurrency, being introduced into that world, but South Africans haven't really had that. So I think this app is a game changer because it gives us the opportunity to do that. Like I say, Luno is not a bad app, but it's definitely one that I suggest you look into. Of course, because the cryptocurrencies have not been doing so well, those of us who invested a few years ago, like me, I think 2.5 years ago, my investments are not looking the best because I'm still waiting for them to get back to the amount that they were when I purchased some, or even surpass that, so that I can make money. So I've been at a loss for a little while, but if you're someone who has bought, I think in the last year, it's gone up quite a bit, so you are very lucky. Those are my 3 apps that I think all South Africans should use to be investing. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there are more apps that you have used or you've heard of as a South African, I would love to hear about them. So please let me know in the comments. I have probably just brushed the surface of these investing apps. There is a lot of information online. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos as well. If you'd like to see how much money people have made, I've definitely shared my losses just so that you can see the power in investing. Because obviously, if things had worked out differently, I would have made a lot more money that I currently have lost. I say lost because it's still there. I haven't withdrawn it, so I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. So if you like this video, please will you give it a thumbs up or share it with someone who needs it, and I will see you in my next video.